Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you would like to. Um, so this is the quarantine special that 90 Day Fiancé has out, and this time around we are going to visit Russ and Pow and baby Axel first. Um, Russ is not really working. He's doing stuff from home, so she has him getting up and making breakfast, and they, of course, argue over who does more in the house. Which they always argue. I mean, that's been that way from day one, poor baby. So she is a personal trainer online and also a nutrition expert. So, she has all her baby weight that she put on. She's lost it all, really firmed up, looks great, And so she does that online. And they also do a yoga challenge type thing with other couples. I guess, they video chat themselves doing these things. I don't know, just a way to connect with other people. And sadly, though, while they were filming this, he got word that a friend of his had passed away. And no, it wasn't COVID-19. She had had surgery and, something happened. So he regrets not being able to go and visit her beforehand. And also he won't be able to go probably to the funeral. I would imagine it's probably that 10-person rule with that. So then we find family Chantel. And this is, Chantel's parents and her brother and sister. And they are all quarantining together, even though the two are adults. So we have 4 adults in the same house. And the dad is working. He does 4 days a week. I guess he would be considered essential. He has some kind of medical supply thing going. And the son complains that every time he wants to get on a video game, his dad is already there. But the mom and the sister, of course she checks in with Chantel a lot and makes sure they're okay. But they do Tai Chi, and they also do that online. I don't know, I guess with Chantel, or with other friends, I don't know. Just a way to kind of connect, and she says it relaxes you and keeps you focused. Now, another thing the mom has done is created bug out bags. And these are bags that you keep handy, probably like a backpack or something. So worst case scenario, if you had to run out of your house, you grab that bag and go. And it has over-the-counter medicines, shot glasses. Are you going to put anything, in them? I mean, are you going to take some alcohol with you? Things like that, silverware, just odd and end things that you might need if you had to run. Now, I would be more prone to take I don't know, one of them at least, have a small lockbox, maybe birth certificates, other important papers, things like that. If you're going to run for your life, I would kind of want that. Any extra money you might have. But, hey, to each their own. So then we see Ben and Akini, and she is still in Africa. She's living with her parents, and there they have a 7 p.m. curfew. If you are caught out after 7, you are arrested. And she's got her bags all packed, ready to come over here, of course. She did accept his proposal, but now she can't go anywhere. So Ben had also been around people who had been positive for this. So he works from home and pretty much stays in his room because he has 2 older roommates. And those were, I think, ministers from his church that he was sharing a place with. So he can't see his son right now either until he knows for sure. The wedding is put off for a while because everything is shut down. They video chat each other, though, and she tries to teach him how to dance, and he's not that good. I mean, he kind of moves a little bit, and you kind of see his arms going, like that. Remember the Caddyshack gopher that would come out of his little tunnel, and I'm all right. That's kind of what he reminded me of. But anyway, he goes to get tested. He has no symptoms. And a few days later, he finds out that he's fine. so he doesn't have to hide from his roommates. He can get his child, and life will be somewhat normal for him, not having that worry. So then we have Michael and Juliana, and they are quarantining with his kids. Also, his ex-wife, and the ex-wife's new husband, and their dogs. They're all in Michael and Juliana's house. And even though they get along good, they're very friendly to each other, and really work together for the kids, and the kids are loving it. Although the boy did say something about, he felt kind of bad that he can't talk to his friends, but he also realizes a lot of people have it much worse, so, he's accepting it. And Juliana makes it very clear that she is not going to be the maid, even though we have all these house guests here. They are expected, to take their shoes off, pick up after themselves, stay out of her stuff. And then, of course, the ex and her husband brought their dogs, too. And she says one of them poops on a carpet somewhere. And I imagine that she probably has the ex-wife or the husband taking care of that. She loves the dog, but I can't see her cleaning up after it all the time. So sadly, though, Juliana's family has lost their income. So they are depending on Michael and Juliana to help them out for now. And so they're doing that, and also, supporting right now, feeding 6 people in their house and 2 dogs. So, I don't think they're hurting for money, but I'm sure it's an unexpected expense. And Sarah, the ex-wife, had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and she says it was caught in the early stages, which if you're going to have it, that's the best way to do it. She's had 2 surgeries, and she's waiting on 2 tests to come back. She said she will do radiation, and she doesn't know yet if she has to do chemo. It depends what these tests will say. And of course, right now, I suppose that's being held up too, even though it is kind of an important thing to find out. I don't imagine that they're working really hard. It's probably not considered essential enough. So, her new husband, though, he doesn't think he's dealing with it very well, because he kind of detaches from it. But, something like that, especially when you're newly married and you care about this person a lot, it's really hard to cope with, So if that's how you cope, then do it. And, I sincerely hope that she pulls through and beats this, It's not an unbeatable thing, so come on, Sarah, you can do it. So then we see Patrick in Vegas, and he's a disc jockey, and I did not remember him from the show at all. I don't know what season he was on. But I do remember after he mentioned the girl that he was seeing, Miriam, she was in Paris, and he went there to see her, and the first time they met, she confessed that she was in a relationship with someone else, so that kind of put a damper on everything. So, right now he cannot DJ at the clubs, but he works online. And he co-parents with another lady, with his small son, who's maybe a year and a half, maybe 2. So she can work, and he watches him. So he calls Miriam and finds out she's not with this guy anymore. So then he talks about putting a playlist together for her, and kind of reaching out to her, and he thinks maybe things could work now, now that she's not with anyone. But are you sure she's not with anyone? But anyway, he's kind of interested in a relationship again. And over in Paris, she lives with her family, and she likes it that her mom cooks, because she doesn't like to cook, I guess. And she was working festivals, and there are no festivals. She only goes out when absolutely necessary, because there you have to do an application on paper to go out, and I guess it's quite a big fine if you get stopped somewhere and you're not on your way to where you need to be. or on your way back from where you went. I don't know. It sounds really kind of in depth. You know, they wouldn't just take your word for it that you were going to the store to get a loaf of bread. But that's how it is there. And at 8 p.m., everyone comes out on their balcony or by their door and they applaud all the essential workers every night. And I mean, that's appreciation. So that's kind of how things are. He offers her a free trip to Vegas when things straighten out. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if she takes him up on that and, you know, if they do end up rekindling their romance. So, time will tell. We will have to find out. But that's what other people are doing in quarantine. And they're pretty well handling it, doing okay. So, thank you all, and I'll see you next time.